Today, I'm going to go over 3 different pricing strategies for Amazon merch that I use on a regular basis. I'll show you exactly which prices to set for your products, depending on which tier you're in or what your goal currently is with your merch account. And at the end of the video, I will also share some bonus tips with you in regards to pricing that will help you increase your sales. Strategy number 1 is what I would call the lowball method. And here we are going to value sales over profit. It's a very common strategy for low tier sellers, especially because in the lower tiers, you don't really want to pay attention to how much profit you're making. Your goal is to get more sales in order to get tiered up to the next tier so you can upload more designs. A few key facts about this method: it can be used by higher tier sellers as well, by the way. I do use this strategy sometimes. So the first thing is you want to price your t-shirts at $13.99 as a starting point. In the UK, it actually goes down to $12.99, which you can do as well. Then if something does get a sale, you want to bump up the price just $1 at a time. So very slowly, let's say this is sold in the American marketplace, you bump it up to $14.99, publish it again. If it gets another sale, then once again go in and edit this and up the price once again for $1. You do that until it hits $17.99. That's where you kind of want to stop increasing the price. You want to wait for your product to get a review before you up the price to say $19.99, because a higher priced item is way more likely to sell if it does have some reviews attached to it. So you can keep checking if it does get some more sales after this price point, and if it does get a review, then bump up the price to $19.99. That's sort of a more reserved, a more slow-paced method where, profit isn't really that important. It's more about getting sales going. If you're literally in tier 10 or tier 25, I would just stick to the lowest price of $13.99 for the whole entirety of you being in tier 10. I wouldn't increase the price at all, because it is more likely to get a sale if you're priced lower in most cases. In terms of the other products, so all of the other types of t-shirts, all of the other types of hoodies, etc., phone cases, what I would do with this strategy is give them about a $2 to $3 royalty. You don't have to price everything at the very bottom. The most likely product to sell in general are the standard t-shirts. So if you randomly get a sale on like a long sleeve, it doesn't happen too often, then you might as well have a few dollars of profit there, because they're unlikely to actually sell again and get you a lot of regular income. So let me move through these other products. We've got the premium t-shirt here priced at $17.99, the V-neck $17.99 in the American marketplace. Some of the other ones are cheaper just because the production cost is cheaper there as well. So you can have it like a $2 royalty or £2 royalty at a cheaper price. And tank top, fairly similar, $17.99 and $16.99 right here. You can copy those prices. And a quick tip as well: if you have Productor for Merch by Amazon installed, then you can apply a certain royalty to your entire product. Let's say I want to change this to a $1 royalty. You just type that into here. You can have it rounded to a certain number like 95 cents, 99 cents, and then you click assign royalties to the current product. If I click this, as you can see, all the prices have gone down and adjusted to have roughly a $1 royalty. You can also assign the same royalty to all products at the same time to save yourself a lot of clicking through this. But you do need Productor for Merch by Amazon extension for this, which I did make a separate video about on this channel, showing you all its different features. So that's worth watching if you don't know what I'm on about right here. Long sleeve, we've got $20.99 in the US, and then the rest is slightly different. Most of them are $19.99. Raglan, don't even know how to pronounce it. I rarely sell any of these, but here you can see the pricing that I've set for these for the lowball method. Sweatshirt, there we go, just under $30. That's quite a good starting point. If you do get sales on any of these products, let's say the sweatshirt sells for you, then obviously you can bump up the price as well. I often bump these prices up to either $31.99 or $34.99 once they've had a sale. You don't have to be like super slow here and do it $1 at a time, in my opinion, because these products can sell at a higher price and they don't sell too often. So ideally you want to catch some extra profit. Pullover or hoodie, this one is once again priced around the $30 mark. If it's slightly underneath 30, that's a good starting off price because it's quite an affordable price for a hoodie, I would say. And the zipper, lastly, is also very similar. The next products, these sort of more home-based ones, I typically don't sell these just so I don't have the hassle of checking trademarks for another category, but I'll show you the prices here as well with a $2 royalty applied. Here we've got the iPhone cases, Samsung Galaxy case. Tote bag is sitting at $17.99 and the throw pillow at $19.99. So there you go. A quick tip with these products, by the way, if you want to change the background color of all of these very swiftly, you can also use Productive for this. And you could say, for example, black to all products. Click this button and you'll see this bar right here that says pending. It's going to run through and change that background color for you with, you not having to do anything, which is super useful because that's a very time consuming task if you're uploading a lot of designs. One last thing to note right here for this lowball method is that it's ideal for lower tiers where your sales are more important than your profit, but it can also be super useful if you want to push a new design for a trend. For example, let's say you've got Halloween coming up in a few weeks, then you would create new designs and you list them at a really cheap price to incentivize the customer to buy your listing, which doesn't have reviews, no sales history, nothing like that. I also sometimes use this method if I've got a design that I have a strong belief in or that I'm very confident in that it will sell well, and I just want to give it sort of a higher chance of getting those initial sales, which are the hardest ones to get. Strategy number 2 is what I would call the balanced mode. And in this case, we're balancing our desire to get sales, especially with new products, and our desire to make a profit. We meet somewhere in the middle, essentially. This method or this strategy is ideal for almost anyone on Amazon Merch, for any sorts of niche, any sort of tier, except for tier 10 and tier 25. So if you're below tier 100, stick to the lowball method. In my opinion, don't try this out because profit isn't really important to you yet. It's getting sales, especially with your new listings. So a few key points here. You want to list your t-shirts initially between $15.99 and $17.99. And if something does get a sale, bump up the price by $2 all the way until you hit $19.99. So as an example, if this shirt sold in the US, I would bump up the price to $17.99, leave it, wait until it gets another sale, and then bump up the price by $2 again to $19.99. And that's where I'm going to leave this shirt. Quick side note, this design was actually created in Adobe Illustrator. I do have a design tutorial for this, as well as for the previous design with the pink rainbow. You can find them both in my Adobe Illustrator design tutorials playlist. The other products in your listing right here with the balanced mode can stick to roughly a $5 profit in my opinion. So if I go through these, premium t-shirt is sat at $21.99. I often post listings with the premium t-shirt priced at this and they do still get sales. V-neck is fairly similar. Some of the marketplaces do vary because, I've set it to be a $5 royalty estimate. We've got the tank top, $21.99 through the board, except for the German marketplace. Oftentimes the German marketplace is going to be more expensive if you want the same royalty amount. Long sleeve, we've got $24.99, $26 in the German marketplace, and some of these other ones are cheaper. Raglan, $25.99. This time the US is the most expensive. Sweatshirt starting at $31.99. And a quick tip here as well, if these products sell, so let's say you got a sweatshirt sale for this design, what I would personally do is I would either bump it up to $34.99. That's quite reasonable, I think. Or if I think this design is less likely to sell a ton, if it's like a very random small niche, then I might even do $39.99 because you might get like one sale a year and then you get a nice $10 royalty. It is quite expensive for a sweatshirt. I would say on Amazon $39.99, but it's not impossible to get sales with it. Hoodie, we're starting at $31, $33 and $36, quite more expensive in Germany for that $5 royalty. And again, if this gets a sale, oftentimes I will just change the price to $39.99, which I think is okay for a hoodie. Zipper, last item of clothing, you can see the prices right here. Pop sockets, these actually can't have a $5 royalty because they max out at, I believe, $20. Yes, you can't go any higher than that. You could change this all to $19.99. Quick tip here as well, if you do want to change the price of all of your products in this, you've got another shortcut button. So assign this price to the whole product. That will change them all to $16.99 rather than having to type it in over here and then hitting apply to product. So that's for the pop sockets. iPhone cases, you can see right here, Samsung is the same. And then the tote bags are sat at $21.99, throw pillows at $23.99. So there we go. That's it for the balanced mode. And let's move on to the last strategy. And lastly, the more advanced method, this is what I personally call profit first. And this is ideal for high tier sellers that just have a lot of slots to fill, and therefore they don't want to be messing around with changing prices constantly, or they're not too worried about getting new designs to sell. It's also ideal for anyone who's got access to ads, because if you've got a higher profit per sale, then you've got more budget to spend on ads. If you only get $2 per sale, those can quickly be spent on ads if you get like 5 or 6 clicks. Whereas if you've got $5, $6 or $7 to spare within your profit, you can run a lot of ads before you run out of budget. So that's another benefit of this method. And I also use this a lot for scalable designs, especially because those oftentimes just get like the odd random 1 or 2 sales, and therefore I don't really want to list them really cheap. I want to get that big profit if a sale does happen in those random evergreen niches. So the profit first method has very high prices, and with the t-shirts, you just want to start off with $19.99 for everything. You don't have to increase the price necessarily after a first sale. You can do, I suppose, but I like to keep these at $19.99. And then if something does get a review and it turns into regular seller, that is when I would bump up the price to say $20.99, $21.99 and test things out. I even have some shirts selling at $22.99, but it does definitely depend on the niche. In some niches, people won't be prepared to spend over $20 for a t-shirt, so you just have to do some testing there, but it is worth trying out for some of you better, more regular sellers if you are using the profit first method. Then a premium t-shirt, if we move onto this, all of these other products are generally priced quite a bit higher, and essentially $24.99 seems quite expensive, but people do pay that price for the premium t-shirt. Then women's is the same, all of these marketplaces, $24.99. Tank top I've got set to the same as well, just keep it sort of nice and even right here. You can obviously do it where you aim for a $7 royalty and then, you know, increase it for Germany as well, but I just wanted to keep it at a nice middle ground between 20 and 30. There's long sleeve I've usually set to $29.99, which almost gives you like a $10 royalty in many of these cases, which is quite good. Raglan is the same as well, and you will notice that you're probably less likely to sell those at such a high price. But again, this is when you're in a high tier and you're not too bothered about getting lots of new sales with new designs. By the way, again, this design was created by me through Illustrator with the help of Vexels, I believe. This graphic was from Vexels, but again, yeah, that's a separate tutorial in my Illustrator tutorials playlist. And the sweatshirt priced at $39.99 right here. Nice $10, $11 royalty. The hoodie is set at $39.99 as well, except for Germany where it's extremely expensive. So I do like to price it a bit higher right there. If you do have it at $39, it actually only gives you like a $6 royalty, which is not great. So ideally you want to have that a bit higher. Then moving on to the zipper. This is one where I sometimes like to go off the charts a little bit and just play around with extremely high pricing. So $49.99. I know it's a bit extreme, but these rarely sell for me anyway. If they do sell, they usually have back print, by the way. So you can delete the design from the front with this X and then paste it onto the back. And I think those typically sell better for the zippers, and this is quite a high price to be honest, but it is the profit first method. Pop socket, obviously it stops at $19.99. Phone cases, $24.99 for both of them. Tote bag, we've got sitting at $24.99 as well, and the throw pillow just under $30. So that gives you an idea what the profit first method looks like. Definitely wouldn't recommend using this if you're still in tier 100, if you're in tier 1000 even. Stay away from this method ideally, unless you have got access to ads and you want to spend a lot on ads, then this is worth trying out with some of the designs. But generally I would leave this reserved for higher tier sellers that have a lot of slots to fill and that just want to make more profit now that they've reached a higher tier, and they can fill out those slots with scalable designs and all the good stuff alike. Bonus tip number 1 is to occasionally lower the price of some of your best sellers, which sounds counterintuitive, but I do this all the time because let's say you've got a listing that's selling on a regular basis, almost every day or multiple times a day, and it's priced at $19.99. If you drop the price to $17.99 for just a few days, you might actually notice a spike in sales, because what Amazon does is they will give you a discount badge on your actual listing page and in the search results too. It will cross out $19.99, show 10% off or something, and then that will be a massive incentive for customers to actually buy your listing over your competitors that don't have this discount badge. This is definitely a handy strategy to essentially get more sales onto your listing, which will always help push your organic ranking. You will then get a lower BSR, potentially more reviews, and it will just keep your listing up there in the search results, give it a boost, and you can still increase the price a few days later. That discount badge also does disappear after a little while. It does vary. I don't know if it's like a week or a few weeks. I'm not sure what the exact number is there, but this is definitely something that I do all the time and you could start implementing as well. Something else that I do on a regular basis is I go through my catalog. I filter within Pretty Merch. I filter my designs by the ones that I've sold. I kind of scroll through and look for designs that used to be good sellers for me, that used to sell on a regular basis, but that I haven't seen for ages in my dashboard because they just haven't had any sales in months. And what I do in this case is I reduce the price massively because these designs might have some reviews on there. They're priced really high at say $19.99, and I just want them to be back up there selling on a regular basis. So I would drop it from $19.99 to say $15 or $14.99. And oftentimes this simple change of just adjusting your price can get or sort of revive this old listing. It might not have sold for months, but now it gets a few sales again and turns into a regular seller. This is very important. It's very easy to miss this, especially if you have thousands of listings, if you're in a higher tier, but there will be designs that used to do well with you, but that just dropped off recently. So change the price on those, give people a massive discount and an incentive to buy this again, and I'm sure you will be able to revive some of your old products. Bonus tip number 3, this is something I do ahead of seasonal trends such as Halloween, July the 4th, Father's Day, with new listings and existing listings. So let's give you an example for an existing listing. If I had a Halloween design that sold well last year, what I would do about a month or 2 months ahead of Halloween is I would again lower the price to something very low, even like $13.99, $14.99, to get those first sales trickling for early shoppers, because everyone else who leaves their prices the same as last year at say $19.99, they're less likely to catch an early Halloween shopper with that higher price. So you will have an edge. You will get your sales in early ahead of the trend. Then like 2 to 3 weeks before Halloween hits, you can increase the price again. You have a higher ranking and you will get way more sales with that higher profit margin. So this is something I regularly do. If I post new designs for Halloween, I'll post them 1 or 2 months ahead of time at a low price, and my old listings, I will decrease the price to make sure they're more likely to do really well for the seasonal trend when it peaks. And lastly, a quick bonus tip for the UK marketplace, where I get about 30% of my sales. Essentially, what I wanted to warn you of here is that UK customers seem to be a lot less likely to spend $19.99 for a t-shirt. I've got a lot of my best sellers priced at $17.99 instead, because there is a bit of a currency difference. The pound is more valuable than the dollar. Yeah, $19.99 just seems quite expensive for like a novelty t-shirt here. In the US, it might not. I have noticed if I do sort of increase the prices of my best sellers to $19.99, they drop off in sales massively. So bear that in mind. Maybe don't have your prices too high in the UK, but not to worry because the royalties are actually better too. So if you have got t-shirts priced at $17.99, you will get the equivalent of like a $4.50 royalty, which is already pretty high. If you want to learn a super easy way to repurpose your Amazon merch listings and designs to create extra income streams, make sure to check out this video next.